Everyone, and welcome back to the Parasite 5. I know we said, or I said, that we were going to do Gil next, but after talking to some friends, we're going to switch to Shelby next, go back to Gil, and then do Rule and Alan, and then the hidden room. So without further ado, we're going to get into Shelby's date. So let's get into it. Wednesday, 8 a.m. This is going to be interesting. I'm interested to see what happens here. Today is my practice date with Monsieur. He said he'd be waiting for me by the subway entrance at the 8th Ave. I asked Owen to do everything he could to get himself to come, and yet... Hello there. Hello. Once again, it's Mr. Representative instead. Did I not make it clear that it was important for Monsieur to show up in person? Hey, why are you taking pictures? Since he couldn't come himself, I have to write a full report on our date. Okay, this is gonna be weird if I'm talking to Owen the whole time. Like, they should have just made Owen the end result. Like, surprise! I don't mind rescheduling if it means he can actually show up. I'm terribly sorry. He made it clear that would be impossible. I had to admit that Owen was taking his job quite seriously. He'd already sent those pictures he took off to his client. So I guess this is gonna be a virtual date. I just need a response. His position is that he's looking forward to your date today. I don't know how I feel about a virtual date, but okay. Fine, whatever. So, did he actually come up with a plan for our date then? No, actually, I took care of that myself, but I imagined that I might do if I were in his shoes, so there's nothing to worry about. So, I'm going on a date with Owen. I'll take it. In his shoes? Wait, a pool? Owen had escorted me to the rooftop pool of the nearby hotel. The comfy sofas and poolside umbrellas are definitely popular with the men, but he just guided me straight to the rooftop, the pool itself. Indeed, this is where he comes to exercise, so I thought it would be a good place to learn more about it. Oh my goodness, Owen is trying to help me! Oh, okay, that's really cute that Owen's trying to help the president. I see. It starts to get crowded after 10 o'clock, so he likes to come here before then, hence our 8 o'clock meeting time. I was wondering why your date was so early. I guess that explains it. So he comes here to swim every day? Well, not every day. Some days, like today, for example, he just can't make time. But he does try his best. Then, would it be possible to arrange a meeting with him on a day where he can come to the pool? I'm very sorry, but due to his secretive nature, he's unable to meet with people on a whim. Well, what's more important, protecting his secret or getting married? I'll relay your question to him later. Might be a little odd, but Owen is just way too uptight. I could tell this conversation was going nowhere. I have to admire his dedication to keeping his client's secret, though. Okay, so what are we going to do now? I was able to rent a swimsuit at the front desk, so I could technically go swimming, but I felt kind of plain for a date. I was thinking maybe we could have some drinks by the pool and maybe a quick game of volleyball. I just stood there waiting to hear exactly what he had planned, but Owen had genuinely confused look on his face. Well, aren't you going to go swimming? We did come to the pool after all. Does Monsieur generally bring girls to the pool just so he can go off swimming by himself? What about a little poolside chat? I'm so sorry, but he only comes to the pool to exercise, not to slack off with women. Now then, if you don't mind. Huh? Before I could reply, Owen hit send on an email, changed into a swimsuit, and jumped into the pool. He swam to the other side, then began making his way toward me. I tried to get attention as he got closer, but he just turned right back around for the laugh. I thought maybe Owen was just in over his head, but it turns out he might just be another weirdo. But there's nothing compared to Mr. forcing him to represent him like this. What should I do? I realized that just standing there wasn't going to get Owen out of the pool. So instead I decided I may as well go for it for myself. I already paid for the swimsuit, so it'd be a waste not to put it to use. I mean, that's solid. This is a weird date. It's so cold. I should probably enter slowly so my body can get used to it. I stood by the edge of the pool and cautiously dipped one toe in. Looking around, I saw that people in the area clearly took their morning exercise very seriously. Now that I think about it, I'm not even sure if I can actually swim a full 25 meters. I'd only ever been to a pool a few times before, mainly when my friends back in college would invite me along. And even then, I never actually went in. I just took a few pictures to put on social media. One time, Clarice mentioned how much she was into Olympic swimmers, so we spent the entire night watching the competition. That kind of thing doesn't actually exist in Celestia, so I had no idea if I'd ever be able to swim like a normal human. I noticed someone in one of the lanes moving through the water with perfect form, just like a professional you'd seen on TV. Wow, whoever that is, they're really good. I bet you it's the president. Compared to him, the others looked like they were splashing at random. He moved as if he had a fin and a tail. When he reached one end of the pool, he gave it a graceful tap before turning and making his way back. If Clarice had been there, she probably would have started freaking out. Even a complete novice, I was enthralled. Instead of sitting by the edge of the pool, I felt like I was sitting at home in my living room watching a race on TV. He reached the other side in a matter of seconds. Apparently finished, he pulled himself out of crippling water. It felt like the kind of thing you'd see in a pro swimmer's highlight reel. I could feel myself getting carried away. Knew it. Wait, what? Is that the president? Oh, jeez. I recognized him the instant he took off his cape and goggles. I was so surprised I fell straight into the pool. And he tried. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. The freezing water swallowed me up by the fleeting drowning sensation was the furthest thing from my mind. I just couldn't stop thinking about Mr. Schnell cutting through the water like a true Indian. What's he doing here? I glanced at him, hoping he wouldn't notice me. He ran a hand through his hair and wiped his face dry. Everyone else sitting around the pool couldn't stop themselves from staring at such a handsome image. He didn't seem to notice the attention, though. He looked at his watch and seemed satisfied. I guess he'd been timing himself. Okay, this is so cute, though. I like the little bubble that she's trying to hide. Oh, that's adorable. Could Mr. actually be Mr. Schnell? No. Also, I like that her bow matches her swimsuit. He'd already denied it more than once, and I'd combed through old magazines to find all the times he mentioned his wife. So it's not him, right? I mean, it can't be. But if not, this is a pretty big coincidence, isn't it? I'll have to bring it up with Owen one more time. Comes here all the time, and now I see Mr. Schnell. Owen is the president's secretary. Anyone would be suspicious. But the president has said over and over again that he's your devoted husband, and I'd rather not keep bringing it up. Maybe he has an identical twin, and that's the one who's secretly trying to find a wife? That's what I'm thinking to myself. Okay, that'd be kind of a cool plot twist, though. But I just couldn't stop my suspicions from growing. I lowered my head partway into the water and watched him head back into the changing room. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get caught by my boss either. 30 minutes later. So, what do you think? Owen had swum at least a kilometer by this point, and he looked exhausted. He seemed ready to collapse right there by the pool. He changed back into his normal clothes. His hands were rolled up, probably to avoid getting them wet. Still, in my swimsuit, I couldn't help feeling a little embarrassed. Are you okay? Sorry, I guess I got a little carried away during the pool. Even after getting out and changing, I'm still out of breath. Were you trying to swim as much as Monsieur or something? Yes. As his representative, I thought I'd try recreating his usual routine, but it took me over twice as long. I really don't see the point in trying to literally take the guy's place. Now then, for lunch we'll be having this. Owen pulled out a jelly drink out of his bag. A jelly drink? On a date? You can probably guess, but this is what Monsieur always has for lunch. Once again, this is a certain someone. So then, if you're ready for lunch, just a second, and take a picture. Owen put the drink down, snapped a photo, then handed it to me. Thank you for your patience. Go ahead, drink up. Okay. After watching me take a drink, Owen sent the photo off along with a quick write-up of our morning. Then he gasped as if he just remembered something and pointed his phone at me. Apologies, but I do need one more picture. Huh? What are you talking about? Fortunately, I forgot to include this with my previous report, so I sent it along with my client just now. Sent what? The picture you just took of me? Correct. Listen, Owen, a girl wearing a swimsuit isn't gonna love you taking a photo a picture of her out of nowhere. Try to be more considerate, okay? Oh, yes, of course. I'm very sorry. He apologized with a confused look on his face. He swallowed some of the jelly drink and quickly stood up. I'm afraid I must excuse myself. Huh? You're leaving already? My client always puts his word first, and I have a full workload today myself. But thank you very much for today. Hey, wait! I tried to stop him, but he just gave me a stiff bow and quickly left. I was left standing there in my swimsuit, half-finished jelly drink in hand. Was that seriously his idea of a date? I stared at the jelly drink. I couldn't remember ever feeling so confused. I hadn't learned anything meaningful about Monsieur. All I knew for sure was that every part of that date had been a letdown. Oof. Yeah, not good. Eventually I made my way back to the locker room, took a shower, changed into my work clothes, and headed to the office. The date ended sooner than I expected, but rather than just heading straight home, I decided to try and get some work done. Even though the date was so short, it was still really exhausting for some reason. I'm kind of starving now. I have the rest of the jelly drink, but it really doesn't sound appetizing right now. Maybe I'll stop by a cafe somewhere. I don't normally mind jelly drinks, but after such a demanding morning, I was in the mood for something a bit more tasty. As I passed the office entrance, I looked for a cafe. I noticed a familiar face getting out of a nearby car. Oh, Mr. Snail, good morning. It's you. Headed to the office, I assume? Yeah. I just had the practice date with one of the Parasite 5, but we just swam a few laps and called it a day. Oh, speaking of which, I actually saw you at the pool, the one on the roof of the hotel on the 8th Ave. I'm afraid you must be mistaken. Huh? No, I'm sure it was you, and your hair is still wet right now. That's just your imagination. Anyway, have you had lunch yet? Huh? No, not yet. Excellent, let me treat you. I know how much trouble I've been causing you with Parasite 5, and that silly article. Are you sure? Of course, we can go anywhere, wherever you like. Well, in that case... I mean, hey, I won't say no to free lunch. I suggested the Happy Forest Cafe, and we headed to lunch. This is the same place we came last time, correct? Yeah, but I was so focused on the meeting, I couldn't really enjoy my food. I was hoping I could come back again sometime. I see. They use lots of natural ingredients here. I assume you only had that jelly drink for breakfast, so I'm sure it'll be good for you. Mr. Snow is staying in the share house, and I remember he just grabbed a jelly drink before leaving for the day. I eat more than just jelly drinks. You do know that, right? The only other thing I see you eat is protein bars. I assure you, I'm getting all the nutrients I need, if that's your concern. I've seen him taking supplements too, but that's about it. Mr. Snail is so busy, he has no interest in good food. Since he was paying, I thought he should treat himself to something nice. I convinced him to try the lunch special, then called the server over. As we waited, I prepared to give him an update on the Parasite 5. But when I looked over, I noticed he'd already pulled out his laptop and started working on something. I apologize for taking up your lunch break when you're obviously so busy. Oh, sorry, I just had a few important emails I needed to send out. I just sent the last one though, so I'm fine. He quickly closed his laptop, but within moments he got a notification on his phone and opened the laptop back up again. I really am sorry. This one is quite urgent. Being the president of a company really does keep him consistently busy. He has to reply even in the middle of his lunch. Thank you for waiting. I've got 2 Happy Forest lunches for you. Okay, reality is you probably don't have to respond to everything right away, even as the president of a company. Like, work-life balance. Work-life balance. Our food had finally arrived, and Mr. Snail stuffed his laptop back into his bag. Well then, let's eat. Great, this looks delicious. Watching the president, he obviously had a refined approach to eating. He maintained perfect posture, very impressive. So, you mentioned you've been doing practice dates with the Parasite 5. How's that going? Well, there's one in particular I just can't seem to reach. Is that right? He must be a particularly troublesome member of society. Yes, well, to be honest, it's Monsieur. Are you okay? Yes, I just got something stuck in my throat. Anyway, I believe he has a representative, yes? The way he was looking at me made me think he expected that to be some sort of acceptable excuse. I'm gonna say be honest with him. Sure, but I haven't had direct contact with the man himself a single time. By phone, by email, I always have to go through Owen. I think I've been patient in dealing with his representative, but I can't learn anything good going on a date with a stand-in. Right, I suppose you have a point. Yay! If he really does want to get married, he would make the effort to show up himself. But no matter how many times I ask for an explanation, he never has a good reason for why he can't come. Everything is a secret with him. We can't even meet for him to explain what's going on. How can I help if even his job is a mystery? Even if I could just find out what he did for a living, that would be enough to make a little headway. Oh, but on his profile sheet, didn't he write that he runs a company? But if I don't know more, that doesn't help. He might have $10 in capital and no employees, and still call that a company. Right, I guess without more details, it's not a great frame of reference. Capital, employees, yearly revenue, even just the company's reputation could all be used to attract potential partners. In other words, it all comes back to social status. But there's just too many question marks in his profile, so it's impossible to accurately match him with anyone. And all contracts go through Owen, so even if there was a match, there wouldn't be any meaningful communication. He even sent his representative to our matchmaking party, so I have no reason to believe he'd show up to an actual date. I just can't see anything but trouble on the road ahead. I really am sorry for causing you so many troubles. I finally looked up at him and saw just how tired the man seemed. I started to panic, thinking I'd probably taken things too far. No, I'm sorry for complaining so much. After all, this is my job, right? I do what I want to help as many people to find love as I can. Did you finish your lunch? Why don't we have some coffee for dessert? Their drip coffee is really something special. I got their attention on our server and ordered a coffee for each of us. But a few minutes later, by the time the coffee arrived, the president had the laptop open and was once again replying to emails. Oh, of course. Whew. After leaving the restaurant, I returned to my private office. I gave out a long sigh. All I could think about was her long list of issues with Monsieur. She really went off on him, but I just can't afford to let anyone discover my little secret. I think your secret would be safe with her. I do. Even if one more person finds out, the chances of it becoming public knowledge rise exponentially. But I had no idea she'd spotted me swimming in the pool. I had my cap and goggles, and did my best to keep my head beneath the water. I didn't expect anyone to notice me. It must have been when I got out of the pool and took my goggles off. I don't remember seeing her there, though. I was so curious about the particular date. I was so curious about the practice date, I couldn't stop myself from observing in secret, talking about self-sabotage. I heard about the date according to her, but I should probably take a look at Owen's report just in case. I checked the message before I went swimming, but I was too busy that I hadn't followed up afterwards. I opened my email and searched for messages from Owen. I pulled up the latest one and said to having a coughing fit. Owen had attached a picture of her in a swimsuit. How the heck did Owen send this? If anyone found out I had this, it would be a disaster. Company president with a photo of an employee in a swimsuit? Absolute scandal. I slammed the delete button and closed my laptop. I sat there trying to calm myself down. I did ask him to include photos in his report, but surely he knows what is and isn't appropriate. Right? Clearly not. I decided to have a talk with him later and explain things in a little more detail. That's a good idea. Maybe I should revise what kind of info I want him to send me, and maybe I should update my profile sheet while I'm at it. But I had to make sure not to do anything that could expose me. I sat alone, lost in thought for some time. You can do it, President. You'll find a way. And that's the end of this episode. We'll continue once I get to Shelby's extrovert unlock. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. As always, remember to eat some food, get to sleep, and drink some water because you are important and so is your health. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!